This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It is 5 o'clock here on your Tuesday. Good morning to you. I'm Lauren Casey. Here's what's making headlines on this May 5th. 5 major malls back open as the state lifts more restrictions. What you need to know if you're going out shopping. Many Hoosiers are still waiting for their unemployment benefits. We're working for you to find out what common issues could be delaying your payment. And with concerts canceled into the summer months, many venues are struggling during this pandemic. How local businesses are working together to keep their doors open. But before we get to our top stories today, we need to get a check of your Storm Team 6 forecast. I'm Lauren Casey, and Todd Clausen is standing by from home right now with a look at radar, and it is a busy day for you, Todd.
Yeah, you know, the radar is active this morning, Lauren, and it's going to be that way throughout the entire day. You can see yellows, your greens, even a little bit of reds, which indicate some heavier rainfall that's in the forecast here this morning moving through. The good news is we're avoiding the thunderstorms. There's actually some stronger storms right now moving through Evansville and pushing towards the New Albany area right along the Ohio River. But we're just dealing with some rain. The next round getting ready to move into downtown Indianapolis, late rain in Speedway, over towards Danville, down to the south in Martinsville as well. And then as we slide a little further to the south, that rain's now through Bedford as well as Bloomington, but moving into Nashville, Columbus, and Seymour. And we'll deal with these bands of rain off and on throughout the entire day. You notice some rain moving into Newcastle, over towards Connorsville and the Anderson area. And these showers will just move through periodically at times during the course of the day today, as the area of low pressure itself is still well off to our west. And there are those stronger storms that I mentioned right along the Ohio River moving through down now pushing into the Louisville area. So just have the umbrella handy throughout the day today. You are going to need it at times, and also have the heavier jacket handy because temperatures today not going to warm at all. We've already hit our highs for the day today. We're going to be falling into the low to mid 40s as the day progresses. By the time we get to 2, 3 o'clock, only a temperature, Lauren, right around 45 to 46 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here's a look at traffic right now as you're heading out to start your Tuesday. I-65 at Washington Street in downtown. You can see the wet roads Todd's been talking about this morning. And we do have those orange barrels out there. I-70 still closed in both directions from downtown area and over to the east side. So you will not be able to use 70 again this week. We do have the eastbound lanes that are scheduled to reopen mid-May, and we're going to keep you updated on the status of that project. But for now, they need to use I-65 and I-465 around the loop to reroute. We are continuing to follow the very latest on the COVID-19 outbreak. Indiana now has more than 20,000 positive cases. The Indiana State Department of Health confirming 583 new cases and 19 new deaths as of yesterday. A total of 1,151 Hoosiers have died from the virus so far. More than 113,000 people have been tested. Well, today, for a second day, it's back to business for 5 major Indiana malls since the state's stay-at-home order began in March. Shoppers from Hamilton, Tippecanoe, and Johnson counties have their big retail centers back in business. This was the scene here down in Johnson County outside of the Greenwood Park Mall. There were several people who could not wait to go shopping, like Greenwood, Hamilton Town Square Center in Noblesville, and the Indiana Premium Outlet down in Edinburgh, and the Tippecanoe Mall up in Lafayette. They're operating under new social distancing guidelines. Our Rafael Sanchez had a chance to go inside the Greenwood Park Mall before its official reopening.
So here are the 6 things you need to know when you come to the Greenwood Park Mall. If you don't have your own mask or gloves, a security officer will be here to provide you with a mask so that you can walk safely into the mall. And look down, because everywhere you walk, you'll be reminded by these circular purple signs. They say, please, this way. Stay 6 feet apart. If you're not looking down but looking up, everywhere you go, you'll find other signs asking you to stay safe. And again, 6 feet apart. There'll be no way to shave off time while you're waiting at these outside kiosks, because as you can see, these blue marks will keep you away from the next customer. And when you come to the food court, you'll see that the tables are quite a distance. In the olden days, these tables were jam-packed together. As you can see, we will be doing a lot of social distancing. As you exit the mall, be aware that there are a number of outdoor shops. Expect to follow safety protocols at those stores as well. Working for you in Greenwood, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Raphael, thank you so much. It is 5:04. The mall tells us that customers can get gloves upon request. There will be a limit to the number of people who can be in the restroom at the same time. Those restrooms near the food court, they have a limit of 8 people now. Well, as places slowly start to reopen, putting Hoosiers back to work, some are still waiting on their unemployment benefits and have now gone more than a month without any sort of income. The Rebound Indiana is working to make sure that the state system isn't excluding anyone from help. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson joins us this morning, and she's working to find out what are some of the common errors. Kelsey.
80% of Hoosiers who have filed for unemployment have gotten benefits with no problems. But for those still battling the system, frustration is starting to rise. We spoke to Sean Arnold and Kelly Weldy. Both have been temporarily laid off from their jobs due to COVID-19. And they both keep getting the same error message when they file their weekly vouchers. Deductible income. Turns out they aren't alone, and it's such a common error that the Department of Workforce Development created this video to help walk people through why they may be getting that message.
One of the most common issues that's causing Hoosiers a hold on their benefits and causing a lot of work for us on the back end are issues with deductible income. If you're receiving some sort of income from your employer, we've got to factor that into how your unemployment benefits work.
We reached out to the Department of Workforce Development to see what Hoosiers can do to get around this obstacle, but we have not heard back just yet. If you do need to file for unemployment, we've got a list of resources for you over on the indychannel.com/rebound. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. We know the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic has been massive on our community. Tomorrow, attorneys with the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic will join Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny to answer your questions. They're ready to tackle topics like unemployment, debt, eviction, family law, and more. Take part in the Rebound Indiana virtual town hall at 7:30. That's tomorrow evening on the RTV6 Facebook page. Under Governor Holcomb's plan to reopen our state, concerts should be able to resume by July 4th, but some performance groups are choosing not to go back to business then. The Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra announcing all performances are canceled through September 17th. That includes the popular Symphony on the Prairie shows. ISO leaders say they're putting on shows under the remaining guidelines, and it would be too complicated and not financially feasible. More than a dozen music venues across the state are now joining together to help other venues struggling with the pandemic. Many concerts have already been canceled into the summer months. Places like the Vogue, the Jazz Kitchen have helped create a not-for-profit organization called the Indiana Independent Venue Alliance. Through it, they will offer resources, education, and emergency relief to venues statewide. We have more about this organization and how you can donate right now on our website. Just go to theindychannel.com. After being delayed by the coronavirus, Holiday World has set June 14th to be its opening day this year. As they prepare to reopen, park leaders say there will be a few changes. They'll have hand sanitizer readily available across the park and will likely limit park attendance until they figure out the best way to operate. Other theme parks like Kings Island, Cedar Point, and Kentucky Kingdom have not announced when they will open just yet. Here at 5:08, it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. We've got rain on the radar, and Todd Clausen is joining us now with what we can expect out there. Hey, Todd.
Yeah, rain off and on throughout the entire day, Lauren. At any point throughout the day today, you're going to be out running errands. You're going to need to have the rain gear handy. There's no getting around the fact that it's going to be a damn dreary day for us with temperatures that are going to be really, really chilly. So rain chances are probably higher a little bit this morning than they will be later on this afternoon. As we get into the afternoon hours, we'll taper things off to more in the way of just some scattered showers. But the rain this morning is pretty widespread. It's not all that heavy in central Indiana. There are some stronger storms right along the Ohio River just to our south, but there's a little band of yellow there just moving through the Nashville area, pushing towards Johnson County as well. And as we expand out, you can see the more rain up to our north, and all that has to rotate through during the day today. So grab the extra cup of coffee. You're probably going to need it. Temperatures this morning will continue to fall into the 40s by 8 a.m. and then, Lauren, continue to fall into the mid-40s throughout much of the day. So unfortunately, we have already hit our high temperature for the day today.
Todd, thank you so much. It is 5:09. A 16-year-old girl hit and killed by a stray bullet. Coming up, how her family is honoring her life and what Metro Police are saying about that investigation. And America's largest grocery chain is working to help those in need. What Kroger is doing to support dairy farmers and food banks during this pandemic. And let's take a live look outside right now. We are keeping a close eye on traffic and also your rainy forecast today. This is a live look down Mass Ave here in Indianapolis from our tower camera. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
Season finale tonight on ABC.
She ended up going a different way she doesn't usually go, and that happened.
This morning, the family and friends of a 16-year-old Naya May Cope are seeking justice after the teen was shot and killed by a stray bullet. Metro Police believe the shots came from a large gathering near 38th and Arlington. Naya's family is now searching for answers. Our Alyssa Donovan is joining us live from IMPD headquarters this morning. Alyssa, what's the latest on this case?
Good morning, Lauren. So we know that Naya May Cope had just turned 16 in February. So this was a very young girl that was accidentally shot and killed. And today her family is asking for justice for this little girl. Now, this 16-year-old was hit by a stray bullet early on Sunday morning. Metro Police officers say she was sitting inside a vehicle with family when it happened. We spoke with Cope's god-sisters who say the teen was in the car with her mother and the two were simply at the wrong place at the wrong time. And those who know her and love her are posting tributes to her on social media, many demanding justice for the teenager.
You took not only someone's daughter, you took a little sister from us, you took a friend from many, you took a granddaughter.
And her family described her as fun, loving, and outgoing, someone who had a lot of life yet to live. And IMPD is asking if anyone knows anything about what happened early Sunday morning in that area regarding this accidental shooting that they call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. The FDA has approved a new COVID-19 antibody test. It's the first to receive independent validation from the federal government. The test is made by a medical company based in New Jersey. If it can tell, if people have been infected with the virus and recovered from it. Other tests are currently available, but public health officials say they're not always accurate. Many experts believe accurate antibody testing is the key to fighting this pandemic. Well, as the country reopens, President Trump has decided to resume his travel plans today. He's expected in Arizona for a visit as a facility that makes N95 masks. For the last 2 months, Trump has rarely left the White House grounds in order to minimize exposure to COVID-19. Now, the president, along with hundreds of government personnel that protect him, will start regularly traveling again. Secret Service assures CDC guidelines will be followed amid the concerns from health officials. The president also has visits planned in Ohio, New York, and South Dakota in the coming months. Kroger is donating extra gallons of milk to the food banks amid this coronavirus crisis. America's largest supermarket chain says it will direct the 200,000 gallons to Feeding America and other community organizations through the end of August. The milk would have normally been sold to businesses like restaurants and hotels, but many have been forced to close, so the milk would have likely gone bad. Dairy farmers across America have even had to dump milk because of lower demand. The initiative is an expansion of a partnership between Kroger and its dairy supplies to help food insecure communities. The time now is 5:16. It is Tuesday. It's the month of May, and we have a wet day in the forecast, Todd.
It's going to be wet and it's going to be chilly, Lauren. It's going to definitely feel more like March than it is here at the beginning of May. It's hard to believe on Saturday we got up to 82 degrees, and here we are today talking about temperatures that are going to be in the 40s. Here's a live look at Storm Team 6 radar, and you can see it's speckled with multiple colors all across the area, indicating different intensities of rainfall. Some pretty good rain from Seymour to Columbus to Nashville up to Martinsville right now. We had one little lightning strike here in the metro area that showed up on Storm Team 6 radar. I didn't hear anything downtown, and it just dropped off the map there, but some rains moved back into downtown Indianapolis, Newcastle, over towards Fountain City, some light rainfall, and then as we expand out, you can see all this rain moving through, and this is just the start of what's going to be a pretty wet day for us across the area. The actual area of low pressure is still well off to our northwest, this comma shape. That's the actual low, and that's going to eventually start to swing its way through central Indiana as we work our way into the course of the afternoon hours. So we're going to be dealing with wet conditions, we're going to be dealing with windy conditions and chilly conditions. And those are three things that you do not want to have to deal with all in the same day. But that's the deck of cards we've been dealt with here throughout the course of the day today. So scattered showers as we work our way throughout the day, almost virtually at any point. It's not really till overnight that they start to move out of the forecast. We're still in the 40s and 50s right now. Most of us are in the 50s. Our highs have already occurred. As we work our way throughout the day today, our temperatures are actually going to fall off. We're not going to get any warmer at any point throughout the day today. So you're really going to have to dress warm if you want to be out and about throughout the day today. Now tomorrow we do get the sunshine back, and look what happens to the temperature. While still well below normal, our average high this time of year should be 70 degrees. The sunshine does get us back closer to 60 degrees tomorrow. From tomorrow afternoon into the day on Thursday, we are going to be dry and a little bit warmer. Thursday is up to 65 degrees, but then another front comes through on Friday with a round of showers and cooler temperatures as we work our way into Mother's Day weekend. In fact, Saturday morning, there could be some frost across the area with a temperature in the city of 34, but could be in the 20s in some outlying areas. Then by Mother's Day afternoon, Lauren, a few spotty showers will be possible, but temperatures will get potentially back up to right around 60 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here's a look right now at traffic as you're heading out on the roads, maybe heading to work early this Tuesday morning. No problems on the northwest side, I-65. A view here just a little south of 38th Street where traffic's moving along up to speed, no delays. So let's take one more look right now. This is up on I-69 in Fishers. This is at 116th Street. Traffic is picking up there as well, both northbound and southbound, and traveling smoothly. Ritz Crackers is recalling some of its cracker sandwiches after a mix-up with the packaging. The company says the outer packaging says the sandwiches are cheese flavored, but they're actually peanut butter. There's an allergy advisory on the box that informs customers that it may contain peanuts, and the individual packages are correctly labeled. The recall is a precaution and no injuries have been reported. Ritz says the products included are the family size, and their best used dates are from September 18th through October 2nd. NFL teams will not be playing any games outside of the United States this coming season. The league says it wants to keep players in the country for their safety and to follow COVID-19 protocols. One game was supposed to be played in Mexico City and 4 others were going to be in London. The NFL says they hope to have the international games in Mexico and the UK again in the year 2021. Nicolas Cage is set to play Tiger King's Joe Exotic in an upcoming TV series. Variety magazine says that Cage will make his TV debut in the series produced by Imagine Television Studios and CBS. Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness became a pop culture phenomenon after Netflix dropped it in March. It centers around Joe Exotic, who owned more than 200 big cats at his private zoo in Oklahoma. He's now serving a 22-month sentence for animal abuse and plotting to kill his rival, Carol Baskin. Social distancing rules are not stopping local restaurants from helping you safely celebrate Cinco de Mayo today. Up next, the food and drink deals being offered right here in Indianapolis. It's 5:20. We'll be right back.
RTV6 is working for you.
Welcome back. Today is Cinco de Mayo, which usually is a busy day for restaurants and bars. Obviously, this year is a bit different, with dining rooms still at least a week away from reopening in the state of Indiana. RTV6's Brad Brown reports, though, many places are still open and trying to help you celebrate at home.
If your Cinco de Mayo is looking a little more like Mayo in Sido, then there are a bunch of restaurants all over the area that are ready with the flavors of the day. Let's start in downtown Indy. Condado Tacos is one of the newest spots on Mass Ave. Among their Cinco specials is the Bud Box. It includes a pair of tacos, fresh-made chips with salsa or guacamole for just $10. Condado has margarita kits to go with your food order. $15 gets your choice of mixed flavor and a couple of cups. Just add your own tequila. They've also got catering kits available for crowds of 10 or more. Condado is also open in Broad Ripple. Just up the street is Bakersfield on Mass Ave. They are reopening for carryout and delivery this week and starting off with Cinco de Mayo specials. Taco packs and margarita kits are available to go. Check the restaurant's website for menu and availability. Another Broad Ripple favorite is La Piedad. They're offering a 15% discount off carryout only for Tuesday. They'll have dollar margaritas available as well. You can call the restaurant to place your orders. Chuy's has locations on Michigan Road in Carmel and at Hamilton Town Center. This Tex-Mex restaurant is helping families celebrate Cinco de Mayo with to-go family meal kits. Chuy's family kit includes fajitas, tacos, enchiladas, everything you need to build a dinner spread. And over in Speedway, Tacos and Tequila is open on Main Street. They'll have $2 tacos and $4 margaritas. You can also get their burrito box for $20. Cold cervezas, also available for takeout. They're open until 10 p.m.
All right, that sounds pretty good, Brad. That was Brad Brown reporting for us. And of course, it's just a short list of restaurants that do have specials today. You can visit local taquerias all over the city, and there will be plenty of food trucks out there as well. It's our normal almost 5:30 time when we get really hungry, Todd. Talking about tacos today. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to have for lunch.
Right? You know, I see all those tacos and everything Brad's showing there, and my stomach's growling, and I'll have my Takeout Tuesday forecast for you, which will take us down to Bloomington once again coming up in the next half hour. You notice the rain moving through. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s. We'll all transition here into temperatures in the 40s throughout the day today. We'll deal with the wind, we'll deal with the rain, and these falling temperatures. It's really just not going to be a pleasant Tuesday for us across the area. If you do have to venture out, make sure you have the rain gear handy. As we work forward throughout the next couple days, we do get the sunshine back. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. Raphael?
They're back in business. What you can expect when you go back into a Simon Mall. I'm Rafael Sanchez. That story coming up at 6 a.m. when I join Lauren and Todd on Good Morning, Indiana.
Make a donation or volunteer today.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
You took not only someone's daughter, you took a little sister from us, you took a friend from many, you took a granddaughter.
A grieving family demanding answers after a 16-year-old girl is killed by a stray bullet. This morning, their message for you and the person who fired that gun. Plus,
we sent every pay stub that we can think of to send them. We have sent that to them.
many Hoosiers are still waiting for their unemployment benefits. We're working to find out what common error messages could be delaying those payments. But first, here at 5:30, I want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Clausen is working from home again today to practice social distancing, and he has a look at a really busy radar. It's raining out there right now, Todd.
It's wet this morning, Lauren. It's going to be wet throughout much of the day. Radar is going to be very active today. The good news is, while it's going to be active, we're not looking at a lot in the way of heavy rainfall throughout the day today, or the threat of any severe weather. And around the metro area, this rain continues to make its way through, and it's moderate in some areas. As we slide to the south, a band of heavier rain just south of Bedford, a little downpour in the Bloomington area, and then as we come back to the north, Crawfordsville, Greencastle, some scattered showers. And I think the steady rainfall will be moving through this morning, and then eventually as we get into the afternoon hours, it's a little more scattered in nature, but all the rain that you see up to our northwest through Chicago, that's going to pivot and then pinwheel through our area. So bottom line is, you have to have the umbrella handy. Also need to have the heavier jacket. Our highs have already occurred for the day today. We're sitting at 51 right now. We'll fall into the 40s and then stay in the 40s throughout much of the day as those rain showers kind of taper off later on this evening. However, we're still going to have that damp feel. We'll talk more about a brighter day tomorrow and look ahead to your Mother's Day weekend, as well as that Takeout Tuesday forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here is a look at traffic right now. As you're heading out on the roads, I-74 near State Road 267 to our west. You can see traffic here is pretty quiet this morning and no delays to slow you down. So let's travel across town and go to the northeast side. I-465, a look here near Fall Creek Road. Traffic is moving along up to speed, and you can see it already is picking up. Lots of headlights out that way. Again, wet roads, as Todd mentioned, so use caution if you do have to head out there today. Family and friends of a teen who was killed over the weekend are demanding justice this morning. Our Alyssa Donovan is joining us live from IMPD headquarters with the very latest. Alyssa, what do we know about this case?
You know, this is a very sad case, Lauren. 16-year-old Naya May Cope was sitting in a car early Sunday morning when she was hit by a stray bullet. She was taken to a nearby hospital, but she died of her injuries. And now police are investigating just exactly what happened that night. Police say it happened near 38th and Arlington, where a large gathering was happening, despite the current stay-at-home order in Marion County. Police believe someone from that gathering fired the bullet. Cope's family is mourning the tragic, unexpected loss. Her godsisters tell us the teen was in the car with her mother when she was hit. Friends and family shared pictures and memories of the young girl on social media, demanding justice for Naya.
You took not only someone's daughter, you took a little sister from us, you took a friend from many, you took a granddaughter.
And IMPD officers are requesting anyone that might have information on this case call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. And they remind people that Crime Stoppers is completely anonymous, so you will not have your name out in the public at all. And then we also have a GoFundMe linked to this story on our website, theindychannel.com. That's to help pay for Naya's funeral for the family. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. The time right now is 5:34. We want to get you caught up on the latest information surrounding the COVID-19 outbreak and how it's impacting Hoosier families just like yours. The state reports 19 new coronavirus deaths. Health officials say 1,151 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19. There are also 583 newly confirmed cases of the coronavirus. That means 20,507 people have been diagnosed with COVID-19 since the pandemic began. This morning, health officials say nearly 45% of the intensive care unit beds are still available at Indiana hospitals. 80% of the ventilators are also still available. Call 6 Investigates has uncovered hundreds of thousands of American citizens here in Indiana are getting stiffed on stimulus checks. For couples with children, that can mean thousands of dollars in their pockets. Our Kara Kenny talked with families who say they're being penalized because of who they married.
Jeanette Sanchez is an American citizen living in Noblesville. She's married to an undocumented immigrant. The couple and their 6 children make up what's called a mixed status family. Indiana is home to hundreds of thousands of mixed status families like the Sanchez's that will not get a stimulus check. The CARES Act says even if you have a valid Social Security number, if a member of your family files taxes with an individual taxpayer identification number, no one in the family, not even children, will get a stimulus check, even if most of the family is American citizens.
Honestly, it kind of hit me hard. We weren't fair warned. We kept checking the page again and again, like everybody else. Just waiting to see when we would be able to get it.
The only exception are military mixed status families. Ironic, Jeanette says, because her father died while on active duty.
He'd be completely disappointed with this country. 17 years serving for this country, and to see his daughter and his grandchildren not being helped.
Call 6 Investigates held a Zoom call with other Central Indiana women who are also American citizens not getting stimulus checks because of their partner's immigration status.
It is just heartbreaking to hear that. I just feel like we're very discriminated against because of who we decided to marry, who we decided to have our children with, and it is very heartbreaking.
We're not fighting for the undocumented persons. We are fighting for our rights as a U.S. American citizens.
That as citizens were left out.
Hope that, we can all be treated equal. I'm tired of discrimination. I feel this is very racist, what's been done. I'm an American. My children are Americans.
Mixed status families are being hit hard by COVID-19 and unemployment. Many work in low-paying jobs like construction, farming, and food service. Becoming a citizen takes time and thousands of dollars. But the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic in Indianapolis says they're helping mixed status families.
Hope is not lost forever. They also have the option of kind of seeing if they can get their immigration status in order to get the credit on next year's taxes, so at least they wouldn't miss out on it altogether.
Call 6 Investigates is still looking into why this language was put in the CARES Act in the first place. We contacted U.S. Senator Mike Braun, who told us the goal of the CARES Act was to help as many Hoosiers as quickly as possible. We are aware of this and other situations, and when Congress reconvenes, we need to examine any possible errors from the CARES Act and if legislation needs to be offered to remedy these unique situations. Congressman Andre Carson has signed on to a bill, the Recovery Rebates Improvement Act, that would allow mixed status families to get refund checks. And this month, mixed status families filed a class action lawsuit against the Trump administration. Jeanette Sanchez is still hopeful the federal government will change its tune and issue stimulus checks to families like hers.
We're fighting for ourselves. We are the Americans. Our children are the Americans. We're citizens, and we were left out because we're being punished for who we chose to fall in love with.
Kara Kenny, RTV6.
Well, we also want to point out that just because someone has an individual taxpayer identification number, it does not mean that they've entered the United States. The spouse could be waiting overseas for paperwork to go through. We're gathering resources for families of mixed status impacted by this. One organization offering to help with stimulus check questions and other legal issues surrounding the coronavirus pandemic is the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic. At 5:38, RTV6's Rebound Indiana includes our commitment to hiring Hoosiers. The Department of Workforce Development is now taking new steps to help people who are out of work. The department will host a virtual re-employment orientation starting at 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Leaders will discuss re-employment services, community resources, employee benefits, and unemployment insurance. You can find a link to register for this event on our website, hiringhoosiers.com. Well, after more than a month without any income, some Hoosiers are struggling to make ends meet while they wait for their first round of unemployment benefits. This morning, our Kelsey Anderson is working for you to find out what common errors some are running into.
Confusion and frustration continue to grow for people trying to file for unemployment benefits. We spoke to a man who's been trying for weeks with no luck, and he keeps getting the same error message. We spoke to Sean Arnold. He's been temporarily laid off from his job at Right Way Fasteners in Columbus due to COVID-19. He applied for unemployment and continues to file his weekly vouchers, but his account says there is an issue with deductible income, and he hasn't received any benefits. And it turns out he's not alone.
If I'm doing something wrong, they need to tell me, but they're not.
And we've sent every pay stub that we can think of to send them. We have sent that to them.
Very, very aggravating. Like I said, I have 5 claim vouchers in there and 0 payment. Financially, it's killing me.
This problem has been happening to so many Hoosiers. The Department of Workforce Development created this video explaining what that message means and why Hoosiers might be seeing it. But it hasn't answered everything for some. So we reached out to the Department of Workforce Development to see what other issues could be causing this error message. We will let you know when we hear back. A spokesperson for the department says about 80% of Hoosiers who have applied for unemployment benefits have received payment within 21 days with no issues. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. We know the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic has been massive on our community. So tomorrow night, attorneys with the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic will join Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny to answer your questions. They're ready to tackle topics like unemployment, debt, eviction, family law, and more. So you can join us for the Rebound Indiana virtual town hall at 7:30. It's on the RTV6 Facebook page. We hope you can join us there. This morning, the water bill is about to cost more for Indiana American Water customers in several Indiana communities. Customers can expect a nearly 6% increase this month. The latest rate hike is on top of a 2% increase last July. Indiana American Water president says the additional revenue will pay for $542 million in infrastructure improvements. You can read more about this rate hike right now on the RTV6 app. It is 5:41 on our Tuesday, and it's time for one of my favorite parts of the week, Todd. Takeout Tuesday. What have you got for us?
Yeah, we're going back to Bloomington here for your Takeout Tuesday forecast, Lauren. We did Social Canteen and Smokeworks the other week. We're going to the other side of the square there in Bloomington to Malibu Grill, located at 106 North Walnut Street. And Malibu Grill, a great restaurant. I know if you have been to IU, you've gone there. And I love sitting on the bar side of the restaurant because they have all these old photos of people, and you're likely to see some of your friends in their younger years that have been there. Some of my top takes: crab cakes, the prime rib sandwich, the Cajun salmon, and the Alpine chicken. A little bit of an abbreviated menu right now with the COVID stuff, but outside of the COVID, I love the pork chops there as well. They are serving takeout Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 9 p.m., so give them a call or any other local restaurant here on this Takeout Tuesday and support them. It's going to be a good day just to get takeout and hunker inside with your family today. Windy and wet throughout the day today with temperatures only in the 40s. We'll dive into the forecast in more detail for you coming up in just a little bit. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Small business loans were supposed to help keep the doors of locally owned businesses open. Still ahead this morning, why one business owner says that the loans are programs and the loans and programs rather are doing him no good. We'll have that story plus more coming up right after the break. Stick around.
With Nature's Bounty.
Well, a small business owner says that the help you've been hearing about for small businesses doesn't actually help all small businesses. No cars outside the W Street shopping mall means there's no shoppers inside, and that's bad news for owner Caleb Paddock. 26 of the 27 stores inside the shopping center are shut down. This morning, Paddock is paying more than $8,000 per month in mortgages and utilities. Federal money intended to help pay employees through the shutdown isn't doing the owner and operator any good.
All of the loans are based on the income that you made or declared last year, and our business didn't declare any last year, so I wasn't eligible for any of the loans.
Now, Paddock is left hoping the community will return and support the business owners inside his shopping center when the stay-at-home order is lifted. It is 5:47 on our Tuesday. It is a yucky start to our day. Todd, what can folks expect as they head out there?
You know, I love when we have a bad start, and I can tell you it's going to get much better as the day goes on. That's just not going to be the case here, unfortunately, throughout the day today, Lauren, as we're kind of just locked in with this rainfall. And for that, it's going to be a chilly rain that's going to be falling here across the area today as temperatures are in the process of falling into the 40s. Here's a live look at Storm Team 6 radar. You can see pockets of green, yellow, orange, and red. Obviously, the reds and the yellows, the heavier showers. You can kind of pick some communities here across the area: Bloomington to Nashville, Martinsville, over towards Shelbyville, and then up to the north, Lebanon, Carmel, some light rain, Danville. And even if you're not seeing the rain right now, there's still that damp feel, that chilly feel as well. And here's the big picture right now. All this rain that you currently see is basically streaming from west to east across the area, and will continue to do so over the next couple hours. And then what we'll wait on is the area of low pressure, which is this comma shape that you see up here to the north. This is eventually going to start to make its way down through the area as well. So there will be some breaks in the rainfall today. It's not going to be a consistent, steady rain, so you will have maybe the opportunity to get out and about and maybe get a quick walk in the neighborhood, but you really, really need to check the radar on the Storm Shield app to see if there's a little break in your neighborhood before you head out the door. And even if there is a break, make sure you have the rain jacket or the umbrella with you. And also, you'll need to bundle up because it is chilly. Temperatures are falling across the area already. We started in the mid-50s shortly after midnight. We're down into the low 50s and upper 40s across the area. And look what happens throughout the remainder of the day. Normally, we see our temperatures climb in the afternoon. Not the case here today. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s by the time we get to this afternoon and this evening. Now, we do rebound tomorrow. Even though these temperatures are going to be running about 10 degrees cooler, the May sun is getting strong, and the May sun is strong and getting stronger as we progress throughout the month. So even if you're in the sunshine and we're 10 degrees below normal, sunny and 60 this time of year while below normal isn't terrible. So we'll see the improvement tomorrow afternoon. Thursday's a nice day, 65 with sunshine, and then some showers return on Friday as well as the cooler temperatures. I'll highlight Mother's Day weekend for you. Notice on a Saturday morning, 34 in the city. Could be dealing with some patchy frost and temperatures in the 20s in some outlying areas. Saturday's a sunny day, though, mid-50s. Some spotty showers possible on Mother's Day, but a little bit warmer, Lauren, with a high temperature that's up to 60 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here's a live look right now at traffic south of the downtown area, I-65 near Keystone Avenue. The bridge project there still ongoing, as you can see. And if you look closely on your screen on the right side, that's that traffic shift that you'll see on the northbound side of the road, shifting over to the southbound lanes while crews work in the right lanes. So keep that in mind. You will need to pay attention and shift over to the southbound side of the interstate before shifting back after the bridge project there. We also have exit lanes open, southbound side restricted down to those two smaller lanes without a shoulder, so keep that in mind as well. Just use caution as you head through that spot during the daytime as well, as crews are out there working. Well, today is Worldwide Giving Tuesday, and just ahead this morning, how one IndyCar driver is leading the pack when it comes to helping Riley Hospital for Children. We'll be right back. Riley Hospital for Children helps thousands of sick kids all across the Hoosier State every year, and chances are you know a Riley kid. That includes IndyCar driver Tony Kanaan, and this morning, sports director Dave First shows us how Tony and his wife Lauren are helping Riley race towards a successful new fund.
Yes, it's May, but the racing season is on hold. Far more important things, though, are happening today, all day long. Raising money for Riley Relief Fund, none other than Tony and Lauren Kanaan.
I understand it's one last thing that you guys want to do. It's hear us asking for something. But what Riley is doing right now, you have no idea how many families they're helping that actually got affected by the COVID-19. Parents that lost their jobs and they have their kids in the hospital, and the Riley Fund is even helping them personally. I could be at the racetrack. I'm not. We could have our show. We're not.
You're not.
So we're going to raise some money.
Up early in the morning, going to midnight.
We just want to make sure Riley is on the radar of people who are willing to help and are willing to give. For parents out there, kind of like us, if you can imagine having a reason to need Riley means you have a child who is compromised in some way, like from before, regardless of how long you've been there or if you just got there today, your life is upended for that reason alone already.
And you guys personally have been involved with Riley for a number of years now, a couple of years, right?
Max came to the picture. Our son needed it. And I can't get tired of saying I've never met a kid that actually asks to go to the hospital like he does. His experience there was so good and it was so great, and he had to have surgery. We have great partners that actually going to match the first $10,000. They're going to double.
Triple. That one's triple.
Here we go.
There you go.
So, for us, it's really, it's a mission. And then I understand that there are many of other people needing many other things. The world is big. The population, it's huge. So if we all do a little bit for everybody, we'll be fine. So RileyKids.org
/relief. RileyKids.org /relief. There it is.
Great to see you guys. It's the month of May. Love the pictures of Max, too, the whole family as well. Good luck with this all day long. We'll be paying attention, okay?
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Be safe.
All right, Dave First reporting there. Thank you so much. It is time now for a check of our forecast, so let's toss things right over to Todd and see what all we can expect today, Todd.
It's a wet morning already, and we're going to continue to have this rain off and on, Lauren, throughout the course of the day today. And it's going to be chilly as temperatures will actually be falling throughout the morning hours. We're near 50 degrees right now. We'll end up, though, by 9 a.m. around 46, and then we'll continue to see temperatures hover in the mid-40s throughout much of the day. You see the big batch of rain moving through Indiana right now. You see the rain off to our northwest. That is going to start to make its way into our area as we get into the afternoon hours. Raphael?
They're back in business. What you can expect when you go back into a Simon Mall.